Let's see. Let's see. I believe we're officially live. Cleared the throat a little bit. We're normally not here on weekends, but we're here. We're here. Normally we're not here on Fridays. We are here. Going to do a little bit of a roof goal stream tonight, but tonight we're going to talk about a particular topic. I think I told you guys, man, this music's a little loud for me. Let's turn that down a bit. I think I told you guys in the last stream that we did, despite being on the roof goal, I still wanted to do specific streams for you guys with specific topics. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to be tackling a topic tonight. We're going to be talking about do not try to force forgetfulness. This is a very, very important and crucial little piece of information that you need to hang on to. We got Ghost first in chat. We got Crystal. We got Luis. What's up, guys? How have you been, Chris? I've been pretty good, man. How have you been? We got Jennifer in the chat. What's up, Jen? How are you doing? So yeah, guys, tonight's topic, do not try to force forgetfulness. You know, something that, like I said, you need to try to hold on to this piece of information moving forward. Very, very important. We're going to get into that in just a second. Allow everybody a fair opportunity to get in here who wants to watch us live. A bit of a late one. I told you guys we'd try to do some of these, so here we are. Anxiety recovery. Do not try to force forgetfulness. Now this applies not to just, you know, anxiety in general, but more specifically to your intrusive thoughts, to your physical symptoms. This applies on a very broad scale here. Hello, welcome to the stream. What's up, Prince? Welcome, guys, welcome. Hope you're all doing fantastic. I don't think we'll have to wait around too long in this one before we get started. But very quickly, I want to say to all the new people joining us from TikTok, because our subscribers have been going up like crazy here recently, and I believe that is due to the fact that I have been on TikTok quite regularly here recently. So if you are new here, I want to just give you a really brief, quick description of how these streams work. Basically, we do like this introduction part where we kind of hang out for a minute, let everybody get in here, and then we do whatever you see in the title of the stream. That usually takes maybe 20 minutes or less, maybe a little bit longer sometimes, and then we're done. The rest of the stream, we're just kind of hanging out and stuff. So I noticed somebody commented on one of my past streams and was like, man, that is a long stream. Keep in mind, we do the topic of the stream within 20 minutes, so don't be overwhelmed by how long the streams appear to be. You can knock out the point of the stream in like 20 minutes or less. Ian, what's up, dude? Hi, Chris. What time is it where you are? It's 2:23 in the UK. It is 9:24 here. Fully, hey! I've got my alert box messed up. We know that now. Let's see if I can fix that. Fully with the 10, man. Coming in with the 10. I appreciate you, dude. Thank you so much. Let's see. Where's my alert box? Thank you so much for that, dude. Pick an animal, man. Pick an animal. Yeah, the talk tick. The talk tick. Pick an animal. Let's get you on the screen. Also, for those of you who are like, why the hell is there a full zoo of animals on your screen? It is because anybody who contributes to the roof goal gets to pick an animal to put on screen. Man, let's get my alert box moved up and out of the way. Thank you, Fully, so much for the 10, man. I really appreciate you. Let's get that roof goal updated, and then we're going to go ahead and get started with the point of this stream, you guys. So let's see here. Thank you so much, Fully. I really appreciate you, dude. I will get the board behind me updated in just a second as well, but we're going to go ahead and get started, guys, with the point of this stream. All right, let's get this music out of here. Okay, do not try to force forgetfulness. So I'm probably honestly going to edit that title later when this gets uploaded, because I feel like a lot of people are going to see the title of this stream and say, do not force forgetfulness. I already know that I should not try to force forgetfulness, but this goes a little bit deeper than that, and if you're really, really honest with yourselves, you'll probably realize that this goes a lot deeper than you think it does, and there's probably bits and pieces of you at least that still tries to do this. So let's get into it. Do not try to force forgetfulness. So we're going to start with thoughts, and then we'll talk about symptoms. We'll talk about physical symptoms and feelings. So, intrusive thoughts. Oh man, such a big topic here on the channel. A lot of people still struggle with intrusive thoughts, and a lot of people are still in the bad habit of worrying over these intrusive thoughts and fighting with them and arguing with them. And what you're really trying to do is you're trying to force forgetfulness. So, let me give you an example of that. How many people in the chat, let's see a show of hands, because we've all made this mistake at some point. I know I used to make this mistake pretty much 24/7. How many people in the chat experience an intrusive thought? Right, whatever that intrusive thought might be, and it gives you a ton of anxiety, gives you extreme, intense anxiety. How many of you very quickly, almost out of habit, have or still do try to turn away from that intrusive thought just as quickly as possible? Don't think that, right? Maybe you don't say those words out loud, but that's basically the attitude you've got. Don't think that, oh my God, that's here. Just try to focus on something else quickly. And you start to get into a bit of an inner panic when these intrusive thoughts roll around. They cause you a lot of anxiety, and it's almost like I said, you don't say it out loud, but you've almost got an attitude of, oh my God, try to turn that off, try to turn that away, try to get that to go in the opposite direction, right? Oh my God. Okay, so you may have never thought about it in these terms before, but essentially what you're trying to do is you're trying to force forgetfulness. You don't like the thought. You don't want the thought there. You hope that it leaves your conscious mind and you can just focus on something else, and hopefully that thought will just go away, right? So you're coming at this with a very tense, very tensed up, very scared, very sort of, oh my God, that just happened, that thought is there, and quickly do whatever I can to try to get that to go away, or try to turn my back to that, right? This is a huge mistake, a huge crucial mistake, you guys, and it'll keep you where you're at. I promise, it'll keep you where you're at. And the reason I can say that so confidently is because it kept me where I was at for a very long time. To try to force forgetfulness. Oh my God, that thought just happened. Please don't think that thought. Don't think that thought. Again, you might not be saying those things to yourself, but that's essentially the attitude that you are adopting when you try really hard, however it is you try. That is the attitude you're adopting of, oh my God, try to force forgetfulness. When you get really upset and I don't want to think that, I cannot believe I just thought that, what can I do to make that, So you may not be saying these things quite like that, but that is pretty much what you're trying to do. You're trying to force forgetfulness, which is not acceptance in any sense of the form. In any sense of the word, it is not acceptance, right? So what you need to do when these intrusive thoughts come, you need to sit back, you need to say, okay, this is here. We got the accepting inner voice. We say, you know what? If that bad thing happens, then it happens. You know what? It is what it is. You know what? Maybe that will happen. You know what? Okay, if that does happen. So just full embrace accepting statements, right? And you don't need to say it in a panic. You don't need to try to say it to try to whack these thoughts away like whack-a-mole, right? You're only saying like your statement, like, you know what? If that happens, it happens. You're saying that, but you're not trying to use that as a way to force forgetfulness. If the thought wants to continue to float around and cause anxiety, it is welcome to do so. And the only thing that you're going to respond to that thought with is non-engagement, aka accepting inner voice. Non-engagement statements, the accepting inner voice, whatever you want to call it. But this is not something to be used as a way to try to force forgetfulness, right? Does everybody see what I'm saying? So it all depends on your intention. And if you've got the intention of trying to make these thoughts go away by using the accepting inner voice, well, then you're not really using the accepting inner voice at all. If you've got the intention of trying to make these thoughts run the other way and try to forget about them as quickly as possible, then you're not really using the accepting inner voice at all. You may be saying the accepting words, but that's not really the attitude that we want. So again, to try to force forgetfulness is it's impossible, right? It's impossible, and it is taking you back to being stuck in this hamster wheel. Okay, it's taking you back to being stuck in this hamster wheel. So when you're trying really hard to use the accepting inner voice, but your intention is to try to make these thoughts go away so that you can forget them, then of course you're going to think about them more, right? Obviously you cannot forget something that you're trying to forget, because the very act of trying to forget it is giving it way more power. Right? So you need to be okay, and I say that kind of loosely because I know you're going to be scared and I know it's going to be uncomfortable, but you need to try to be as okay as possible with the presence of these thoughts, and you're just using that accepting inner voice to right? Ground yourself and stay out of the worry, but you don't do it with the expectation that the thoughts are going to magically disappear, right? You're realizing that, hey, this is there. I'm embracing it. I accept it. I'm just saying, hey, if that happens, it happens, and I'm letting the anxiety run its course. So, that is the true way to use the accepting inner voice. You never use the accepting inner voice, or what we sometimes call non-engagement statements. You never use that with the intention to try to make these thoughts go away right there in the moment. That is not acceptance whatsoever. These thoughts are allowed to be there. They're allowed to do their thing while you do your thing, and your only response is non-engagement statements, right? Luis, thank you so much. Let's get some purple heart in the chat. Some purple hearts in the chat. Get some hype going in the chat, man. That is 2 tips tonight in the stream. Thank you guys so much. We are so close to that roof goal, guys. If you want to contribute to the roof goal, link is in the description, or Cash App, email right there on screen. Thank you so much, Luis. Thank you so much, Fully. Luis says, Friday night stream, I got 10 on it. Tough back-to-back days, but didn't engage, so got the work done. I love to hear it, man. Thank you so much for your contribution to the roof goal. We are so close, guys, and we can be done with this. Thank you so much to everyone who has contributed. So now, let's move on. Let's get some purple. Yeah, there we go. Some purple hearts in the chat. Show love and gratitude to our tippers. Couldn't do it without you guys, man. I love you. Let's move on to another example here. Let's apply this to feelings now, to try to force forgetfulness when it comes to anxiety symptoms. So not so much intrusive thoughts, but anxiety symptoms. Take everything I just said and apply it to symptoms, and there you go. You got your answer. But anyway, we're going to do it again. So let's say, I don't know, let's pick some really common anxiety symptoms. Let's say somebody's got a rapidly beating heart or dizziness. And to try to force forgetfulness, of course, you never want to try to force forgetfulness, whether it's bodily, physical symptoms, or mental intrusive thoughts. You never want to try to force forgetfulness. But let's say someone, I don't know, is dealing with dizziness, and those symptoms come on, and they're like, okay, they've got the right idea. They're like, okay, I need to accept this. I'm going to give myself that accepting inner voice and just tell myself, hey, I'm allowed to be dizzy. If I'm dizzy, I'm dizzy. Maybe the mind says, hey, you're going to pass out, and you say, well, if I pass out from being dizzy, I pass out, right? Or something along those lines. You're using that accepting, embracing inner voice. What happens, same concept with the intrusive thoughts. Somebody will try that, and then 2 seconds later, 5 seconds later, the dizziness is still there, and they think to themselves, oh, well, that didn't work. Well, that's not what we're going for. We're not trying to use acceptance as a way to make the dizziness clear right up. We're not trying to use acceptance as a way to make the intrusive thoughts, just to forget about the intrusive thoughts right away. We're not using acceptance for any of those reasons. So what happens is, people say, okay, I've learned a little bit about acceptance. Here's the dizziness. Apply this to any symptom that you experience, but that's just my example tonight. Here's the dizziness. Maybe you get an intrusive thought, oh, you're going to pass out. And you say, okay, if I pass out, I pass out, right? You're trying to use that acceptance. You're not adding worry to it, which is great. Okay, but if 15 seconds later, you turn around and say, well, that didn't quote unquote work because I'm still dizzy. Or if you turn around 15 seconds later and say, well, that didn't make it any easier, I don't feel any better, you're missing the point of acceptance. Acceptance doesn't feel necessarily good. Acceptance doesn't make the thoughts disappear right away. Acceptance doesn't make the dizziness clear up right away, right? You're missing the point of acceptance. Acceptance is you're going to try to your best to practice being comfortable with these thoughts and feelings. And you do that by remaining grounded and not adding a bunch of worry, not adding a bunch of second fear and worry, same thing. So you're missing the point of acceptance if you're trying to use acceptance to force forgetfulness. You're missing the point of acceptance if you try to use acceptance to force the symptoms to clear right up. Of course, the symptoms will fade and clear up in time as healing occurs. Of course, the intrusives will start to slow down and die down in time as healing occurs, right? Whenever that may be. It may be not as quickly as you'd like, but it will happen. But if you are trying to use acceptance as a way to stop yourself from thinking about a feeling or having an intrusive thought, and you're trying to force forgetfulness, that's not what we're going for. We're really practicing allowing these thoughts to be there and just having nothing but non-engagement sort of accepting statements in response. No worry, right? We're practicing allowing these feelings to be there, and we're not trying to use acceptance as a way to try to forget about them. We're trying to use acceptance as a way to embrace them, right? So if you are trying to use acceptance to force forgetfulness, whether it's over your intrusive thoughts, whether it's over your physical symptoms, you are missing the point of acceptance, right? Now, after you hear this, maybe you are one of those people who are guilty of doing that, of trying to use acceptance to forget about your intrusives and forget about your feelings. You're all tensed up trying to forget. If you realize that this stream applies to you and you're guilty of that, you're not going to be perfect after you hear this stream. You're probably still going to have to practice allowing these thoughts and feelings without trying to force them away, right? Because it's so engraved in you out of habit to want to try to force these feelings and thoughts away. So you're not going to be perfect, even if you watch this stream and say, hey, he's basically talking to me. That's a great realization to make, and that means we can try to work on getting away from that attitude of, oh God, try to not think that intrusive thought, try to get away from that feeling. Hopefully we can work on trying to get away from that attitude now that you realize what acceptance really is. It doesn't feel good, right? But that's okay. No pain, no gain, right? As they say, anxiety learns while anxiety is turned on. But even if you've made that realization, you're probably still not going to be perfect from this point forward. Out of habit, you probably are going to go back a time or two at least and try to force those thoughts and feelings out. But if you catch yourself doing that, it is absolutely time to hold yourself accountable for that, right? Because we do not use acceptance in that way. To try to purposely, oh God, don't think that intrusive thought, you're missing the point, right? Or if you're using the accepting inner voice and it's like, okay, I used it, but that thought is still there. Okay, it's okay if it's there. That's the point, right? You're embracing it. You're fully accepting it. So if you're using the accepting inner voice, I think it was, I forget who said it, but if you're using the accepting inner voice like a hammer, and you're trying to get these thoughts and feelings to go away with the accepting inner voice, well, you're missing the point. It's that these thoughts and feelings are going to be there, and you're not adding worry to them. It's full embrace, right? So understand, if you're using that accepting inner voice like a hammer, you're really stressing yourself out trying to do that, and you're I think we said it a couple streams ago, you're basically trying to play the police officer of your own mind, and that's not your job. You're not trying to police anything. The only thing you're trying to police would be your worry, I guess, what you attach to the thoughts and feelings, what you tell yourself about the thoughts and feelings, but you're not trying to police the feelings and thoughts themselves. They're allowed to do whatever the hell they want, right? So do not try to force forgetfulness. I think it was Dr. Claire Weeks who said, do not try to force forgetfulness. In one of her books, she talks about how, people they have these intrusives, and this applies to your physical symptoms too, but in her book she's talking about intrusives, and she says, you can't try to force forgetfulness, because then you're just going to be empowering it even more. You're going to be thinking about it even more, right? Holy shit, Ghost, thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate you. That takes us to, oh my God, guys. Oh my God. You know what that means. By the way, that's pretty much all I had to say about the point of the stream. But guys, we are at 1900 even on the dot with the roof goal. Thank you guys so much. That puts us at, let's see, we've had 40 tonight in contributions. Spam that chat with those purple hearts, you guys. Spam that chat. Show these guys some love. Man, thank you so much. We are at an even 19 on the roof goal, guys. We are at an even 19. One more 100 will be officially only 12 away. Guys, thank you so much for all the support on the roof goal. Ghost says, it was not me. I don't know, man. That's the name that it came under. So we're gonna give you full credit. Hey, but anyway, guys, do not try to force forgetfulness. The accepting inner voice is not trying to turn these feelings away. It's not trying to turn these thoughts away. I'm going to give you one last example before I wrap this up, and I'm going to use a thought as an example, but please keep in mind that this absolutely 100% applies to what you tell yourself about physical symptoms too. But one last example. I'm going to use a big one that was really bugging me back in the day during my journey. I can't tell you how many thoughts bugged me back in the day. There was hundreds. But this was a pretty big one. Oh, you're going to go crazy, right? Now, if I was using the correct way of using the accepting inner voice, or what we sometimes call non-engagement statements, and I had that thought and it was just running a mile a minute, you're going to go crazy, or some form of that, you're going to go crazy. If I was correctly using the accepting inner voice, that would not be a fight. It would not be an argument. I would just tell myself something like, oh, well, if you go crazy, you go crazy. Or I would say to myself, oh, let that thought do whatever it wants. Fuck it, right? It is what it is. Some sort of embracing, accepting statement. You would not try to rationalize and use logic against that thought. okay? Because you're just going to get into an argument with that thought. You're just going to get into a fight with that thought. That is what you've been trying to do, and how is that working? It's not working. So the accepting inner voice is not an argument. It's not a fight. It's just full embrace. Okay, it is what it is, right? That thought can tell me that I'm going to go crazy as long as it wants to tell me that. That would be the correct way of using the accepting inner voice. But for a while during my journey, I did not use it that way. I used it just like what we talked about tonight, trying to force forgetfulness. So the thought would come in, you're going to go crazy, cause me a bunch of anxiety, and I would say, oh, I accept it, but why is that thought still there? I accept it, but the thought is still there, and it's causing me a ton of anxiety, and apparently I'm not accepting right, and apparently I'm doing something wrong. You're all over the place. You're so far off, right? You are doing something wrong, which is you telling yourself that you're doing something wrong because the thought is still there. It's okay if the thought is still there. Do not try to force forgetfulness. The whole point of acceptance is to tell yourself, you know what? That thought can tell me that I'm going to go crazy as much as it wants. And that's the only thing you're responding with. You're not responding with a book. You're not responding with a paragraph or a novel. It's just anytime you go to worry or fight with that thought, you catch yourself and you say, no, we're not going to fight with that thought. If I go crazy, I go crazy, right? And that's going to cause you anxiety. That's going to cause you to feel a bit, a bit shaken up, a bit on edge, a bit scared. That's okay. That we are getting used to that. We are learning how to embrace that and finally face these thoughts instead of trying to fight with them with reassurance and coping methods and compulsions, and just gives them fuel. Every time you fight with these thoughts, you're just telling the brain that they are important and that they are a real danger when obviously they are not a real danger, right? So you just got to let it burn, right? Let it burn. So again, guys, the point of tonight was to come on here and say, hey, don't try to use acceptance as a way to force these thoughts and feelings out, right? Don't try to force forgetfulness. They're allowed to be there. If you're using acceptance like a hammer and you're trying to just get these thoughts to go away, these feelings to go away, you are missing the point, right? You are missing the point. So again, one last time. Do not try to force forgetfulness. If you're truly using acceptance, that means you are finally facing your thoughts and feelings and allowing them to be there, and you're not trying to use acceptance like a pill to try to make these thoughts and feelings go away. Okay, so understand that yes, it is time to finally face. It is time to finally look these thoughts and feelings in the eye and say, you know what? No matter how tempted I am to worry, I'm going to hold myself accountable. I'm going to use that accepting sort of attitude and inner voice and let that play out. Let that play out, and on its own time, it'll play out, right? But I'm not trying to use acceptance as a way to force forgetfulness. Okay, these thoughts are allowed to be there. These feelings are allowed to be there. As long as you are not attaching worry, it's okay if they're there. And they're probably going to be there for a little while, maybe more than, maybe longer amount of time than you'd like them to be, but that is okay. The whole point of acceptance is that you're learning how to come into these thoughts and feelings without adding worry to them and basically full on embrace, bully the bully, right? Okay, so however you want to look at it, guys, whether you want to use sarcasm, humor, or just the aggressive, straightforward approach, however you want to look at it, as long as you're not trying to force these thoughts and feelings out, you're just giving yourself that accepting sort of attitude, that accepting inner voice, and then you're just carrying on living, you are using the two keys, okay, you guys? I love you so much. Thank you again for the 40 on the roof goal tonight, guys. You guys are fucking amazing. I really appreciate it. We're at an even 19. If you'd like to support the roof goal, link is in the description. Cannot wait, dude. We are so close, man. We are so close, you guys, and I have all of you beautiful, amazing people to thank for that. But I think that's it. We're gonna head on over to post stream. Let's get us some music going again. Let's get us some music back in here. We're going to head on over to post stream, read questions. If we have any questions, just hang out for a bit. So how is everybody doing tonight? We still got Sky in here. We got Kate. What's up, Kate? We got Robert. We got Crystal still in here. What's up, Crystal? Fully Lewis, how you guys doing? We got Rich in the house. What's up, Rich? Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Rich. Hope you're doing fantastic. Let's see. Let that thought in and letting it out, burn out easier said than done, but it worked with me in the past with the aggressive intrusive. Yeah, just let it be there, and don't attach worry to it. Just, hey, if it happens, full on embrace, face it, man, face it. So yeah, hopefully tonight really cleared up any misconceptions or confusion that the accepting inner voice is not to be used like a hammer, right? Hey, Wonder Bro, I actually have a question. What is up, Sky? Ask me any question you'd like. So but yeah, I feel like people make that mistake because they tell themselves, oh, if I'm doing acceptance correctly, then it should feel good. It doesn't, right? Not right away. Rich, Rich, thank you so much, buddy. Hey, show Rich some love in the chat, you guys. Rich coming in with the 10. Thank you, dude. Man, we're getting closer and closer every single day, you guys. Thank you so much, beautiful people. I really, really appreciate it. Can't wait for this to be done and over, and we never have to worry about it ever again. Rich, thank you so much for the 10, man. Show some love in the chat, guys. Purple hearts, love and gratitude to our tippers. To our tippers, would you ever consider pursuing high-stress things like study and management after you have come good after a sensitization? You should go back to living your life, right? I mean, I can't tell you what to do, but if you truly got the keys down and you know not to fight with your thoughts and feelings and you know how to fully embrace them, then you should be able to handle high-stress situations. There's a lot of people doing high-stress things in their life every single day, right? Take a look around. And they're just fine, right? So if you come out of a bout of sensitization, I mean, maybe you shouldn't go jump off a cliff and go bungee jumping right away, but eventually we need to get back into life, and that means if you want to encounter or go through high stress situations out of choice, that's fine, because if you've got the keys, then you know how to handle that. You know how to manage that. You're no longer sensitized. In order for you to really break your nervous system back down again, it takes more than just stressful situations. It takes a stressful response, right? It takes more than just a stressful situation to resensitize the nervous system. It takes a hell of a lot of stressful responses, fighting your thoughts and feelings. That's what got you here to begin with, right? Rick, you guys are fucking amazing, dude. Roof goal hype. You guys are showing up tonight, and I appreciate the hell out of it, you guys. Thank you so much. That takes us to 1920. I need to update the board. It is way behind. You guys have been absolutely nothing but amazing tonight, just like every night. Thank you guys so much. I hope you're enjoying the night stream. I told you guys we would try to do more of these night streams, and I want to deliver on that promise. So here we are delivering on that. Thank you guys, man, so much. I appreciate you. Let's get it updated. Look how good that looks, dude. Look how good that looks. We are close, man. We are close. 1920, guys. 1920. You guys are amazing. By the way, if you have tipped tonight and you've already got an animal, you're allowed to have more than one. You're allowed to have more than one. So if you have sent in a contribution tonight, I am so grateful and thankful. Let me know. You can get another animal. You're allowed to have more than one. But I hope that answers your question, Sky. Yeah, you should and can live life, even if that means encountering stressful situations, because a stressful situation is not enough to just sensitize the nervous system by itself. A lot of people go through stressful situations. It's all about the response. And if you've been here and you've healed from the channel, that tells me that you know how to respond correctly to these thoughts and feelings with embracing and accepting and not fighting with them. So you'll be okay to do what you want to do. You don't have to, there's nothing to fear. If you know how to respond correctly to stress symptoms, right, then it should not turn into a big bout of second fear and worry, and same thing, right? Worry and second fear. That should not even come into the picture if you know what you're doing, right? So I will leave any choices that you make up to you, but that is just my perspective on that. That is just my perspective on that. I'm gonna pretend to know what the hell Sky's talking about. I had an absolutely insane day today. Way too much to type here, but the majority of my day was exposure after exposure, and I killed it, y'all. I feel so overjoyed. I can do hard things. You absolutely can do hard things, Kate. You have proven that you are capable time and time again. I'm so glad that you were able to get some experiences under your belt where you could back that up, and you know, for yourself, where you could back that up and you could tell yourself, hey, look at what I'm capable of. Because I know you're capable. Everybody here knows you're capable. So I'm glad you could prove that to yourself. You've got these skills that you can use during any hard times, right? About facing and accepting those thoughts and feelings. So you are absolutely capable of doing high stress things, right? And that's the thing. You know, you don't need to play it safe because you are capable. And again, I'm glad you were able to prove that to yourself today. That is awesome. Confidence goes up, and that is an amazing thing. It is an amazing thing to gain that confidence. Yes, when I gave up talking about my anxiety to others out of worry, right? And stop looking for reassurance in support groups. Robert! 1 second, Robert. 1 second, I promise I'm going to read that. Stop looking for reassurance and support groups. Definitely help the healing process. It would fuel it for sure. Kristen, I couldn't agree more. That is an excellent comment. Holy shit, you guys are killing it tonight. Robert coming in with the 20. I've lost track. We'll have to read it all again. Coming in with the 20, no tip note, but Robert, if you want a animal up on the screen, just pick one. Let me know in chat. I'll get you one up there. That takes us to 1940, guys. 1940. I don't even remember where we started tonight because you guys got my head spinning. You guys are fucking killing it tonight. Thank you so much. Wow, you guys have been amazing. Rich says, wild day, Wonder Bro. My car was misfiring today and check engine light came on. That's always a good sign, right? I opened the hood and found a dang groundhog chewing on wires. So give me a groundhog on the screen. That is a true story. The check engine light comes on and Rich pops his hood, and it's a groundhog chewing on wires. Seems like you guys have had a crazy day between Kate's day and the groundhog in the car. You guys have had an absolutely crazy day. Yeah, I've got a groundhog for you, dude. Let me get you on screen. A lot more people than just Rich have tipped tonight. So, guys, if you want your animal, man, claim your animal. Claim your animal. Let me know what you want. Let's get that wire chewing groundhog on screen. How hungry do you have to be to eat car wires? I don't know. But anyway, here we go. We got a big chubby guy here, and we're gonna stick him. Where should we stick him? We're gonna stick him beside the blobfish. I love the blobfish. The blobfish is amazing. This whole bottom row is a little disturbing with the mole rat, which I think is Kate's, and the blobfish. Now that I don't get... thank you guys, by the way, for all the purple hearts. If you're new here, purple hearts show love and gratitude to our tippers. Also, I said this at the beginning of the stream, but for all you new guys who are joining us from TikTok, because since I've been posting on TikTok regularly, the subscribers have went up like 200 people over here. It's like insane. So for all you new guys joining us from TikTok, just to get you caught up, purple hearts in the chat show love and gratitude to our tippers. Tipping is optional. Let's see, what else is there to say? At this point in the stream, feel free to ask mental health questions. We always do the introduction to the stream, then we do, the long drawn-out topic, and then we do the end of the stream where we just hang out. So there you go. That's the quick version of how we do things around here. Thank you guys so much again for the purple hearts. Lewis says, now that I don't get short. By the way, if you haven't checked me out on TikTok, vacate fear. I don't get short, intense symptoms. I get all day annoying thoughts and feelings. Instead of the 2 keys, I find myself just making peace with the thoughts and feelings and carrying on, which is really what the 2 keys are, right? The 2 keys are what I teach. And in essence, the 2 keys mean to make peace with the thoughts and feelings. So you're no longer mentally fighting with the thoughts and feelings. You are finally facing them instead of trying to run away and get reassurance, and you are living your life. That is the 2 keys. So I know you said instead of the 2 keys, I find myself just making peace. Well, that is what the 2 keys basically boil down to, right? So you're still learning a thing or two. Robert says physical symptoms are a tough one for me. Yeah, so if you're joining us late, Robert, watch this stream back. We address physical symptoms, but it's the same as the example that we gave with intrusive thoughts. You don't try to forget about the symptoms. You're just using that accepting inner voice. You're not trying to make them go away or make the thoughts go away. If they do go away, great. If they don't, you are learning how to talk yourself into that acceptance and allow those thoughts and feelings to be. You're still going to be scared. You can't control first fear, but you're no longer adding worry. You're no longer adding what Dr. Claire Weeks calls oh my goodnesses, right? You are embracing, accepting, and facing. It takes practice, Robert. You're not going to be perfect, and you don't have to be. That's the thing. You don't have to be perfect to make progress. The groundhog is alive and well. That is insane, dude. I can't say I've ever had that happen to me. A groundhog underneath the hood chewing the wires. Interesting. Very interesting. But yes, we have got your chunky boy right here. Your chunky boy right here, the wire chewing groundhog. We've got groundhogs around here, but none of them have ever ate my car. So the groundhog used to be a mechanic and was just trying to do a service. There you go. There you go. All right, let's see. I think we're caught up on comments. I think we're all caught up. Are you new here, Robert? We've got some Roberts here, but I'm not so sure that I recognize your last name. Just out of curiosity, I know a lot of people watch the streams and don't talk, which is fine, but I'd like to get to know you. So just out of curiosity, is there anybody in the chat right now that has come from TikTok? I'm very curious if there's actually anyone in the live from TikTok. So if you are from TikTok, just say hello. I would like to know. We're going to make all sorts of new friends around here, guys. Okay, I'll always come back to YouTube. Don't get me wrong. But I'm branching out, man. I'm branching out. I'm bringing new people in. We're going to grow this family, all right? We're going to grow this family. It's just funny that I started doing this through the roof goal. So now when a new person comes in, there's like 100 weird animals on screen. Well, they're not all weird. Some of them are a little weird, like the mole rat with the laser eyes. So whenever a new person joins, they're like, what is this guy doing? He's got like 1,000 animals on the screen. What is happening here? So maybe not the best time to bring new people over, because we're probably going to scare them away. But that is okay. If they like us, they like us. Not new, okay? I just don't recognize your last name. But then again, I don't have the best memory. So it's me, not you, Robert. It's me, not you. Can't you stream from YouTube and TikTok at the same time? You can. I need to reach 1,000 followers on TikTok first. I've only been on there for like a month and a half, and I went from 300 followers, because I never really posted on it, to like 800 followers. So you know, we're getting there. But once I hit 1,000, we'll be able to do that. We'll be able to stream on both. Don't make excuses with animals. It sounds insecure. Be proud. Yes, be proud. I am absolutely proud of the purpose that these animals serve. Right? Absolutely proud of you guys. I've never messaged here before. My name is MC Delicious. Well, hello, MC Delicious. How are you doing? So I got out of the car. You're too much, Sky. You're something else. So I got out of the car at the church, and my sister was outside smoking, and I was like, hey, come feel this, and made her touch the pulse on my neck, and I started to laugh. She's like, dude. Oh, so you was having rapid heart? Okay, a little bit of rapidly beating heart, classic anxiety, run-of-the-mill anxiety. Hey, but you were able to just say, hey, check this out, right, and laugh at it. So if that's not progress, then I don't know what is. Well, at least you're close. I mean, right, like if you can go from like 300 to 800 in a month, then yeah, we'll get to 1,000 probably in no time, really. In no time, we should be able to start going live on TikTok. I don't know how that works, obviously. I've never done it before, but I'm sure I will learn. Thank you for that comment. I don't know how to say your name, but I'm going to call you Wah. Thank you for that comment, Wah. You're right. That does sound insecure. I should be proud of these animals. And you know what? I am proud of these animals. Thank you for that. When you get that 1K in TikTok, you have to do a special celebration stream. Yeah, on both platforms, because Gamer's right. I hadn't thought about that, but you can stream on both platforms at the same time, which is awesome. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that. I'm sure it's pretty easy to do. So pretty simple. I'm sure we'll figure it out. Kate is the boss. Kate is a boss. She is an absolute boss. You guys should be proud of yourselves, man. You should be proud of yourselves. It doesn't matter where you're at in your journey right now. Be proud of yourself. Be proud of yourself. Some people are way up here. Some people are just getting started. Some people kind of in the middle, back and forth. That's okay. What platform do you use to stream? I use Streamlabs. It's really, really convenient, and I like it. I like it a lot. Back in the day, man, I used to just do videos on my iPhone and upload them without editing, just straight. If I don't get it in one take, I don't get it in one take. If I screw up, and just straight upload it to YouTube. That's how I started. And then when I started doing streams, I actually streamed from my iPhone too, just like I did the videos. And then finally, I got a computer, and now we do, what you see here. So you got to just start with what you got, right? You just got to start with what you got. It doesn't matter what it is, just get started, and then one day you can upgrade. And that's exactly what I did. I just started with it was an old iPhone color that I had, really, really small iPhone color. you didn't ask for all that history, but just a quick side note piece of advice for anyone who wants to do stuff like this: start with what you have, and you can work your way up. Yeah, you can link multiple stream. Yeah, you can link multiple stream destinations. I know they have Twitch on here and something else, a few other things. So we use StreamYard for the hockey podcast. We can stream on many platforms from there. Yeah, Streamlabs does actually offer that. You can link it to multiple different things. So they've probably, I would say, by this point, have added TikTok. I mean, why not, right? There's got to be TikTok at this point. It's too popular not to have it. So I'll have to look into that. Once I hit 1,000, I might get up with you and see, get your advice on some things. Good stream tonight, guys. Good stream. Got to go. Love you all. Yeah, I think I'm going to wrap this one up right here too, just because I want to keep this one short as well. It's a little confusing. I know that we're doing roof goal technically. All of our tips are going towards roof goal this month. But at the same time, when I upload like 2-hour roof goal streams, I delete them because, not all of them, but I don't want newcomers to the channel just to be flooded with roof goal streams. Right? Like that would be kind of a turnoff. So I want to keep this one right here where it is. I don't want to drag it on. This is how, you know, don't force forgetfulness. This is a stream with a point. So I want to keep this at a controllable amount of time. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up, guys. This is another one for the books. Thank you so much for being here. If you're new, thank you for joining us. We're going to keep doing our thing. I'd love for you guys to participate in chat. I know new people are a little standoffish when it comes to commenting in a new community. I'm telling you, you will be welcomed with open arms. Everybody that you see in this chat right here are amazing, awesome, lovely people. So if you're new, you're not really sure if you want to comment or join the conversation, I urge you to do so. Everybody here is very, very welcoming, beautiful, amazing, understanding people. Fair warning, once they get to know you and they start to like you, they will probably start to pick on you, but that's just how we do things around here. We like to pick on each other. But anyway, other than that, guys, check me out on TikTok, Vacate Fear. I've got everything else as well, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. Thank you guys so much for everyone who contributed tonight and all the rest of the nights, right? All these beautiful animals. I love you guys so much. You guys are fucking amazing. I hope you enjoyed my little surprise Friday stream. Wasn't going to be here, but I missed the hell out of you guys. So hope you guys enjoyed it. And I think that's all I got to say. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the support. You guys are amazing. And I'll see you next time. Stay awesome. And Gamer, yes, he says this is true. Gamer has recently been adopted into the family, and he gets picked on, so that's just how it works. But that means we love you, all right? I love you guys. You're amazing. You're beautiful. Have a great rest of your night. Stay awesome. We haven't done the snap in a while. You guys deserve a snap. Love you guys. Bye.